bonjour, comment ça va? Parlez vous Français? Yes, that's right, some more Worlds Collide French decks coming your way. That is Collision des Mondes. And I've been told that my French pronunciation is not actually butchering the language as much as I thought, which is great to know. So that those years in elementary school being taught French were not a complete waste, even though it felt like it was for me. So let us get into this. I hope you've been enjoying this. I have to say I've been really enjoying this, and I don't know why it feels... You know what? You know why it feels different? Because this is Worlds Collide, and I love Worlds Collide. It has been confirmed. It is my favorite set. So there's that. And let's see what we got in store today. Oh... Maynard l'Automatique. L'Automatique, that's it. I think we're going to have logos in here. Oh, Brobnar. Saurian. Dis. Why did I think we'd have logos? L'Automatique? I don't know what that made me think that. Alright. So, Brobnar, Saurian, and Dis. What are your thoughts on that? Well, obviously Brobnar's not getting anyone excited right now. I know that for sure. Because no one is feeling the Brobnar Worlds Collide. But I'll tell you something. I have gotten some half-decent Brobnar Worlds Collide recently. I've played some. It was in a sealed deck I had for the ABR League. And you know what? I wasn't disappointed with it. It did things for me. It was crucial to the deck, even though it was not crucial to me winning in my match. It was crucial to the deck. So, let's pop this open and see what treasures are inside. And hopefully this is going to be one of those rare instances where the Brobnar is something you want to see, you love it, you want it to be a part of your life, and you're excited to have it. This could be a sleeper deck for that reason alone. Alright, so we're going to throw Maynard l'Automatique. And here we are for the cards in this one. First off, we have Alaka. Grand Neuf Ortils, Ecassier, Him Groyer, oh, we don't like that. I was wrong. Ooh, this is awesome. We have Le Prix du Sang. This must be a legacy, but it doesn't look like it's a legacy. Was this even in it? That's so weird. Then we have Chemin Vive Flamme. Oh, that's cool. Vive Flamme. I like that. Ogopogo. Puissance de Feu. Forgeron. Harnisse du Cybergiant. Les Vous Boumi. Ah, oui, oui. And then we move on to this with Toucher Espérant, Toucher Putride, Farfoulidette, Les Mauvaises Oils. Les Mauvaises Oils. Oh, Les Mauvaises Oils. That's wild. Farfadette, Cruclat. Okay, so Farfadette must mean imp in some way. Oh, yes, because there. Farfadet. There it is again. Then we have Borny. Toucher de Borny. There's a lot of touchers in here. A lot of touching going on in this deck. Seems this is all about touching. Arachnide. Collier de Soumission. Ah, Fleur de Humain. See ya, humans. And then we move on to some Saurians with Axiome de Grisque, Brutodon Auxiliaire, Scutum Imperial, Legatus Raptor, Odiec le Patricien, Frappe de la Phalange, Quester Jarda, La Spirale d'Or, Centrien Thiro, Tribute, Exil, ooh, and Philophosaurus. Well, Neither here nor there is how I will say this one. I am not going to do icons for this one right here, actually. We're just going to go through it. No icons will be put on. I'm just going to do a review here, but I will let you know the situation. We got creatures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 creatures. So a little bit on the lower end. Ember, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 Ember. 16, 14. I like that. That's not something to scoff at. And Ember control, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if I remember correctly. Yes, we got 7 Ember control cards, not half bad. And then board control, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I think this one is 7. I can't remember. 8, 9, 10. 10. So that's good for board control as well. And then disruption and cycling, I mean, you can kind of see what's here. I'm not going to go through those numbers exactly. But because those are, well, I mean, cycling seems to be a thing. That is definitely a thing that people are talking. I don't know if disruption, I think disruption is not as important as cycling, but I think your style as a player could add more weight to that. So for cycling, let's just do that a little bit. We got 1, 2. I do count this because you're able to, it's cycling in the sense that you're using a card. So for example, if I'm using Philophosaurus, it is definitely cycling more. So that's 1, 2, 3. I count that as well. Three. This is 4. I'm having to remember the cards off by heart here, which is hard. So there's 4, so not a ton, but still not something to scoff at. This deck seems pretty okay. The creature power, okay, so we're going to just, because there is 2 of the Hymn Gruyere, which is going to stun all creatures 3 power or lower. Let's see how that affects us, because there is 2. It could be very powerful, so we need to see how that will cause problems. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 cards here that will be affected, which is just under half the creatures. So these could come out at a time where it will not affect you that much. And the truth be told, the disc creatures it is affecting are creatures that you're not looking to stay on board as much. Obviously, Spider, you may want Bornet as well. But as far as this one and this one, you don't care. Now, what do I like about this deck? Obviously, the Dino House is very strong, I think, in this deck. A lot of things you want to see in here, having some taunt, having some ability to use your creatures over and over, getting a Scudum on, I think the Raptor might be the call. Probably Philophosaurus, especially if you're going to be using the good old La Spirale d'Or, or if you want to get Quester Jarda as a nice little reap machine there, you could put that on there as well. But I think it's between the Raptor and Quester, to be completely honest. Tribute. So do we have anything above 6? There is not. So unless you activate Grand Nine Toes, so that's something to be aware of, which means you can use your Thero Centurion as a means of tributing and exiling. If you can get something smaller as well, that'd be nice. Like if you really pump up your Quester Jarda, that's another play, is utilize your Quester Jarda and then exile it. So that's also something that can be done, because there's ways to get rid of that. In different ways, I like that. I also like the possibility of keeping out your this fellow here, the Bloodshard Imp, and then being able to actually throw the Scudum on Quester Jarda and then just reaping and getting rid of it type of thing. Like you allow that to go high enough and then you just toss it. The triple Evil Eye, I think, is very special. I don't understand why the Evil Eye has the oil here. I think that's very interesting. So on Brobnar, I obviously am loving the old Boomy. I see the potential to generate Ember and Brobnar here. That's the thing. Obviously, you can use Cyber Gigantic Rig to do something with some of your dinos here, like Theros Centurion. I like creating that Pinata and then exiling it. Again, that makes another tribute target. Phalanx Strike. There's so many things you can do, I think, to really make that a really good target and just make it an Ember Pinata and then pop it with the Exile. I like that. This is good. This may be tough to pull off depending on when you get it, just because of the fact that 16 is not a huge number. So the when you get your creatures will matter. And then we also have the Blood Money here is interesting. Is that right? Is that Blood Money? I don't think it's called the Le Prix du Sang. No, it's oh, why can't I remember this now? It's the Prize du Sang. Oh, why am I not remembering this song right now? Place 2 from the common supply on an enemy creature. Yeah, I think it is Blood Money, actually. I think that is correct. Or maybe it's Loot the Bodies. No, it's definitely not Loot the Bodies. So yeah, so this must be Blood Money. I did not know this. Like, okay, I gotta check. So it doesn't say it's a legacy. I did not... Like, why do I never see this card? It must be because it's an uncommon. Like, this card should have showed up way more. This should have been a common, actually, straight up. Yeah, and then... So I do see ways of getting some Ember in Brobnar, which is kind of nice. There's some good pips here. I'm liking Boomy. I think that's really cool. Definitely think it's really cool. Yeah, so the old Boomy is really nice. And I guess you could put a Scudam on it if you really wanted to protect it and not die too easily. So that's kind of cool. Although it doesn't have the same value. I'm obviously liking the collar in here. Is really neat. Getting the Bornit Touch and Bornit itself is really nice disruption. I actually like this deck. I think this deck could do things. I'm excited to test it and see what it does. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think I missed some things? But I actually think this deck will perform well. It does not have any of the things that really make Brobnar not that great. Although the one that stuns 3 or lower is going to be situational, unfortunately. But this is definitely not bad Brobnar. This is, I think, pretty good Brobnar. So I'm actually happy to see that, and I like some of the dinos in here. This is exciting. I'm curious to see what your thoughts on it, especially Brobnar. What do you think of the Brobnar specifically in this deck? That's what I would like the comments to be focusing on, is tell me your thoughts on the Brobnar, your critique, and then the deck in general. What do you think, all right? So, as always, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. And as my man Joe said, vive la KeyForge. Because now, guess what? French decks are going to be seen in the wild a lot now. Until next time.